Hey, you know what I just realized as I was doing that?
What?
You know what I just realized while I was doing that?
Where's Jim?
I'll put Jim on a second. We're gonna do introductions. We're live right now. We're live.
Oh, we're live. We're live. Oh,
We're live.
Sorry.
So when I was doing the introduction, I remembered when I'm not on screen, I'm muted. So the music I was playing wasn't gonna play.
Yeah, it was useless.
Oh no, Toto. Hold on, we'll play some Toto now.
For you.
Anyways, okay. The intro music, guys. Imagine our logo splattered all over.
Damn it, Patrick.
Not next week.
This time, yeah, you need to really step up your game.
Hey, yeah, I know I do. Yeah, it's all right. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the second week of Funny Books in Serious Situations. I'm one of your hosts, the Mighty Thorpe, and this guy over there is, introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, hi, I'm Kevin. I'm the owner of Top End Gaming. This is my buddy Will. He got one of his Grail books in this week, so we're going to unbox that. And we have a special guest.
Well, your name's not Kevin. What is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Kingpin Johnson.
Kingpin Johnson. Hey, why don't you do an intro on our guest?
So, no, you do the intro.
You do the intro. You know him better than I do.
I do know him better. I'm just kidding. So we have Jim Noble from Totally Rad Comics with us today. We've invited him on to kind of share some of the projects that they've got going on. Maybe give us some hints and clues about some upcoming stuff, and really just promote their brand for all of you guys to enjoy. Boom!
Jim Noble. Hey, Jim.
How's it going?
It's going good. Can I just comment? I really like the Bart Simpson T-shirt. That's top notch, man. That's top.
I'm a huge Simpsons fan.
Yeah. What's your favorite Simpsons episode?
Probably Beyond Blunderdome, the episode of Mel Gibson.
Yes. I don't watch Simpsons, but I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah.
I know I like that. I don't know nothing about it.
Yes, excellent point. Hey, Jim, you know yourself better than both of us. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell the audience what you do?
Okay, I'm Jimmy Noble. I am the creator and owner of Totally Rad Comics. I write every single title that we publish. I currently have about 6 different titles out, starting with the Totally Rad Life of Violet. There's 2 issues of those. I also have Totally Rad Comics Presents, which is a little mixture of 3 stories in one. And then there's Neon the Next Victim, who's actually written by Giovanni Barunda. And then there's the Roxy Feelgood. It's a story about sexy clowns.
Sexy clowns, that's right, yeah.
And then there's Totally Rad Babes from Outer Space, which is basically topless babes from outer space. And I'm currently working.
We don't know. We don't care.
So what you're saying is you do booby books. I love it.
Yes, I do adult books. And also, I actually have here my first all-ages book, Strange Cosmic Tales, which is printed entirely in black and white. But as you can see, the details alone are pretty nice.
Do you do the interiors too?
No, that's actually done by my artist, Alfred Lay. He's from Mexico. Super nice guy, does all the artwork for all my books.
That's pretty good. Now, is that available like through a regular distributor, or do you self-distribute?
I self-distribute everything I sell.
So in order for folks to come and get your books, they would either go to Totally Rad Comics on Facebook. There's a Big Cartel link to totallyradcomics.com. And also you can just contact me directly. I'm a lot easier. It's a lot easier if you just contact me directly and let me know what's up, because chances are I'll give you like a good discount.
Can I not comment?
What?
Were we ever able to comment or type anything in, or were we just able to see the comments?
I'm commenting on YouTube right now, but you can comment on Facebook.
Oh yeah, okay. Let me open that up that way. Okay, it's cool.
Awesome. So if you like, I always give you permission when we do these broadcasts to do it. That's probably a good thing to do. But to choose Facebook or YouTube, I just do YouTube because I'm trying to build the audience up. But Jim, I'm happy to have you on, man. So Kevin and I were both retailers. I'm out in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. Kevin's out in the sticks of Alabama. Or is it the mud in Alabama? Which one is it?
We have sticks and mud. We're really high society.
Kind of 50-50?
Yeah.
That's right. So the big news this week, and Jim, feel free to comment on this if you. What?
On YouTube right now.
Really high society.
Okay. Anyways, I thought someone was talking to me. But the big news this week is that Diamond finally came up and said that they were distributing. How happy were you, Kevin, getting that news this week?
I mean, I'm pretty happy. Yeah. I mean, I think that's good news.
I think it's excellent news. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if you did it. I know I personally didn't do it. I did not go with the new companies for next week's distribution.
No, I haven't done that. I probably won't go with that. But I mean, they're still gonna. I still think there's hope that Diamond and DC will figure this out.
Well, yeah, Diamond said there's no way we're not going to sell DC.
Yeah. So
DC would be stupid to drop Diamond for all intents and purposes. Well, you roll your eyes. Why do you roll your eyes?
We went into the other end of this. How I feel about what they're doing and their timeline of why they would choose to do it now. And things like that. I think that there's more than just we're trying to get books to our customers, type of situation. So I don't know. As long as I can get books, I'll sell books. You know what I mean? But if I have to go through Midtown bullshit, then no.
Hey, Jim. As a publisher that doesn't go through Diamond at all, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm kind of like in the middle of it because DCBS was announced that they would be distributing the DC books. I've used DCBS to buy all my new comics for the past 3 years, and I've never had a problem with them.
Oh.
So when people were complaining and they're like, how dare they, blah, 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 and it's just like, they've never done me wrong, but also I don't own a store, and I've never had to deal with, Diamond directly or anything. I've only dealt with DCBS as a customer, so I can only say good things about DCBS right now.
So Jim's thinking, yes.
Yes.
But I mean that's one aspect that I hadn't really considered or thought about is the impact on smaller print publishers like yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I know from talking to local small print publishers how difficult it is to get in Diamond catalog. Have you even attempted to do that before?
No, I make adult books, and I really I'd rather just talk to people directly about the books I do as opposed to being judged in the Diamond catalog. Like, oh, this guy just makes adult books. People just flip through that page, A lot of retailers reach out to me directly when they want to buy books. So,
well, I can't speak for Kevin, but I think he'll agree with me. We don't really flip through that page. We stop and
we want to see what's out there.
We definitely check it out. I tend to stay away from like the cave womans and things
right.
like that. But yeah, show me a risque zombie tramp book, and I'm all over it. So
yeah,
it is what it is. So how long has Totally Rad Comics been up and running, operational?
We've been up and running since June of 2019, and my first book was done in May of 2019. So actually, we're almost on our 1 year anniversary coming up.
That's got to be a good feeling.
Oh yeah, like with the success I've had from like the very beginning, basically, like my first issue sold out in a week, and so it's really not what I expected.
I'm telling you, man, Totally Rad, it's hot, man. It's hot.
Yeah, this is the first issue that I ever did.
Totally Rad Violet.
Very nice.
Yeah, I did a print run of 100 and it was 250 books total, 125 clove, 125 topless, and yeah, within a week I already sold them out. And fun fact, I showed the book. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Billy Tucci.
Mm-hmm.
I met Billy Tucci at a show that weekend before I went live with selling the books, and he said it was the best opening line in a comic that he's read in the last 25 years.
That's and Kevin's known me for a little while.
Sadly,
that's like number one on my category list. Like, our work could be great, but the story's trash. I want nothing to do with it.
Right.
and then the second thing is the interiors. They can't hurt my eyeballs. A lot of these, like White Widow or Rags, for example, right?
Hey,
All these like unique concept books or adult themed books or whatever.
Right.
They're just like the interiors are just garbage.
Yeah, they sell you on the idea with the cover, like, oh, Jamie Tyndall, you know, he did a White Widow, and then you look on the interiors, it's like, wait a minute. Like I think he only did issue one. He only did issue one, but he didn't do any of the other issues.
Hey, but look, I will never trash Jamie Tyndall because he made me a crap ton of money last year. I went to C2E2. He had 10 metal covers, right? So those metal gimmick covers, he had 10 of them. And I went there on first day, and Kevin, you were with me, right?
Yeah, I bought quite a bit.
Well, no, you didn't buy any of those. I bought.
No, I think somebody had bought them.
Yeah, I bought them all. I had them signed them, and they were graded. David Diaz facilitated that for me, and so I bought those books. They were like $50 a pop or somewhere along those lines. Graded, signed. They were like $800 a piece. So yeah, I was very, very happy with that.
Yeah, I love his art. I think he's a great artist, but the whole White Widow and all those issues that have come since issue one, it's just like, you know, like I've read them, I've seen them.
Well, you can't blame the guy. The bread and butter for him is those cover art, you know.
Well, the other thing that really turned me off of White Widow was I went to a show where they announced that he was going to be at that show, and it was basically like a J. Scott Campbell thing where he's at the show, but he's not at the show. It's just people selling his books, but he was announced as a guest. And it's like, well, you could buy these books that are already signed by him. It's like, that's not the same thing. You know, you're not talking to the artist. You're not getting that connection. It's just not as fun.
He actually is a pretty cool guy. He'll work with retailers too and stuff like that. I think what Jim is saying is like, it isn't the fact that it's Jamie Tyndall that is turning him away as much as it is the art that you expect to be Jamie's on the interiors, and then it's somebody else's.
That's the other thing too, is they sell you on it's Jamie Tyndall's White Widow, but then the inside it's not, the cover art's his, but the interiors usually aren't his artwork.
Right.
Well, doesn't he like write it as well, like kind of block it?
He was the creator with Benny Powell.
Benny Powell's the writer. He gets creator credits, but I'm sure he came up with some concepts for issue one, but I'm pretty sure up to issue 4 he didn't write. I think that was all Benny.
It's, you know, honestly, I stopped ordering after number 3. when the publisher kept pushing back the dates, I'm like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah, like because I saw through DCBS they had like all the different absolute titles, like the Wayward it was like Wayward something.
Wayward Sons,
yeah.
You know.
And there's another one too, and it's like, okay, great, and I ordered it. Still haven't gotten those yet.
Dude, so this goes back to 2017 actually. They had a book called Katrina, and it was really cool. It was a cool concept. It was a vampire that was in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. Okay? Like how timely of it, and it kept being pushed back, and then it got wrapped into this whole universe deal, and now number 1 hasn't even come out yet, and they're like, get number 2. I'm like, no, absolutely. I'm not doing anything ever again.
Number 2 to pay for number 1.
Yeah, like send me number 1 first, and then we'll talk about number 2.
Yeah,
well, I kickstarted the White Widow number 4 because I liked the metal covers that they did, the gold Zerdy and Ebas covers, and so I kickstarted that. But I did message yesterday actually. I was like, hey, I haven't got these books yet. What's going on? He's like, yeah, everything's just kind of pushed back because of the coronas, but it's coming and blah blah blah. So I was like, because I kickstarted it for like $700 something. You know what I mean? I was like, I wanted the metal covers. Yeah, that was my thing. You know, so
yeah, same thing here. I was on number 3, and so I'm like, screw this, guys, refund me. And they're like, well, we're gonna come out with it. I'm like, no, you're not. Give me the book back. Give me the money back.
I think number 4 is the first appearance of the Brown Recluse or something. It's a new.
Yeah, there's a new character, but it's.
Hey, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Well, obviously I care, Patrick. I kickstarted it, you bastard.
Well, that was your mistake, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
You'll get that book sometime in 2022.
yeah. For me, it's just like I do multiple. I do Kickstarters. I try to do a Kickstarter every few months. And for me, like when it comes to putting out new books and making new books, I want to make sure my book is 100% complete. Like it's ready to print. I could literally print it without even doing a Kickstarter. I just do a Kickstarter just to find out how many am I going to be printing. Like I don't want to like print out too much, and I don't want to print out less than what I need.
Sure.
Then also the previous Kickstarter I did, I had over 45 variants for it. So
What?
Yeah.
45 variants.
Yep.
So when you do those variants, are they like small, like 50 print runs, or like 100?
Usually it's less than that, depending on the artist. Like the main issue, like the cover A, there's going to be obviously more of those than the cover Z. Like I went through the whole alphabet A through Z, and then I had to start coming up with names like here's the gangbang cover, here's the honking cover, and
Jesus Christ.
Yes, there is a gangbang cover. I would show you, but I don't want you to get kicked off YouTube.
Oh, no. Hey, don't worry about it. We're actually on a third party streaming site called StreamYard. We don't get kicked off. No, let's keep it. Let's keep it with like 3 curse words allowed. That's it, right? That's all we get here. So that's awesome. So any new books in the pipeline once stores get back open there, Jim?
Well, actually, this coming week I'm doing my X-rated Star Wars parody called the Totally Rad Wars. And it features all my Totally Rad characters, and there's going to be Star Wars themes. Kevin's seen the covers. Kevin actually has an exclusive, a 4-set exclusive for the book, and it's really hot. So
this is, I think you showed me these covers, right, Kevin? Was this the one we were talking about, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have all your Totally Rad characters in this book.
Yeah.
It's coming out next week.
Yep.
And I'm assuming outside of Kevin's exclusive, you can find this at DCBS.
No, it's all through me.
All through you, okay. All right, cool. So that's awesome, man. I'm glad. So growing up and like in the comic book industry, what are some characters that you kind of cling to there, Jim?
The X-Men, specifically Chris Claremont's run of the X-Men. That's the first stuff I ever read as a kid. Like X-Men 129, I still have it. I got it signed by Shooter. I got it signed by Chris Claremont. I got it signed by Stan Lee.
Shit.
First comic I ever owned. That was my dad's book.
Jimmy, you know Patrick had a Stan Lee signed Batman book, and he got rid of it.
Why would you get rid of that? That's so unique.
No. I had a Stan Lee signed Age of Apocalypse Generation X full cover. So the story goes, I'll be real short. In Virginia, I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I collected Batman books. I was a DC guy. And we're in line. My big brother's with me. My brother was the X-Men fan. And we're in line. I have no idea who this guy is. It's a very short line because back in the 90s, as prominent as it is now. So he gets up there. He goes,
He didn't even want to
so you have a Batman book. I hope I write a Batman book one day. Here's an X-Men book. You should start reading it. He signed it. The True Believer, Excelsior, Stan Lee, right? And it's my signed. And then I sold it when I was in college.
Oh man.
Well, it was college. The market, and it was time to get rid of all the books I had. So whatever. But yeah, that's my Stan Lee story. I'm hoping one day that we bring a guest on that doesn't say Chris Claremont X-Men. That seems to be like the like beginning point for all collectors.
I mean,
you got to think about it too. Like anyone that you talk to that was born in the 90s or lived through the 90s, they lived during the time where the greatest comic book, like the largest selling comic book was published, the X-Men #1 that Jim Lee and Chris Claremont both did. So over 1 million copies sold. You're guaranteed to talk to at least someone who was around for that time or bought that book and read that book as a kid, and that was their introduction to comics.
X-Men 1, X-Force 1, and Spawn, right? Those are the 3.
Yeah.
Comics. Yeah. Everybody has those. Yeah.
We have a pretty important question to ask you. Who do you think's a better artist, Jim Lee or versus Todd McFarlane?
So you want me to answer that, or you want?
Although, yeah, I mean, Patrick, your opinion.
You can go first. You can go first.
Well, I'm gonna go Jim Lee. I'm a Jim Lee fan.
Yeah, I'd go with Jim Lee only because I love McFarlane. Don't get me wrong, I love McFarlane. I'm a big fan, but McFarlane has basically been doing covers. Jim Lee still has done interior artwork for. Well, I guess McFarlane's done some Spawn stuff, but like Jim Lee does characters that he didn't create. McFarlane just keeps doing Spawn.
Right. Well, so very much a one-trick pony.
Well, my issue with McFarlane, right? It goes back to how easy is the interiors to read, right? Is the Spider-Man run. Like,
yeah,
you look at the interiors and there's too much. Sometimes there's too much going on.
Right.
And some people like it. That's their wheelhouse. Me, I like simple, plain, clear artwork. And Jim Lee does that every time.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Kingpin? Who do you prefer?
Jim, definitely Jim Lee. Yeah.
So we're unanimous here, Jim.
Yeah, I can't tell because I have a lot of customers that are like Todd. I'm like, guys, Todd's all right, but he's never ever going to be a Jim Lee.
Todd is a rich man's version of Liefeld, and follow me on this. All right. Whoa. Follow me on this. So he's a rich man's version of Liefeld. So Liefeld will take a character like Cable, for example. Very basic character. It's a guy with silver hair and a freaking star in his eyeball. And Liefeld will, give him a big ass gun, in pouches, get all these fireworks. Look what he did to Captain America. Captain America, very basic dude in a blue jumpsuit or whatever, right? So Liefeld's like, that's not good enough. We're gonna give him a chiseled jaw and moves that go out a mile, And Tom McFarlane's that same vein. He takes what could be a simple character, and he adds flair to it. It's all flair, right? But he does it in a conscientious manner. Like everything has a meaning. Why does Cable need 27 pouches? And like
lots of ammo, bro.
Not lots of ammo. Well, the ammo's in the back, right? It's all strapped along his chest on both sides.
Like if he's not down or something, it might be easier to get it from his lower chest compared to on his back.
Well, imagine him running too.
Well, also like he might like his lips might get chapped, so he's got a lot of chapstick in there. He's got other things like maybe snacks. He's on like a long mission or something.
I didn't think about the snacks. But so Tom McFarlane, he's like I said, I don't mean to compare him to Liefeld, but he does the exact same thing, but on a more refined level. Does that make sense?
Do you remember the old TV show that Stan had where he would bring up and coming artists on? Did you see? I think it was Todd that he had on, and he was kind of like, Todd was up and coming, but he was kind of like a dick to him. He's like, oh yeah, they need all that, like it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's also the same show where he shit on Rob Liefeld.
Well, I mean, but honestly, Rob Liefeld deserves to get shit on every chance he gets.
Right. I've met him a couple times. I've never had any problems. Like I never hear like any of the horror. Like I hear the horror stories, but like every time it's like Neil Adams. Everyone says either Neil Adams is great or he's a dick. Like I've had nothing but like the kind, loving, super cool Neil Adams. And the same thing with Rob Liefeld. I've had the cool Rob Liefeld as opposed to the one that pisses people off.
I think Neil is cool, but he's cooler if you have money. I think he's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm glad you like my comic. You want something? Cool.
Yeah, you got $50 for a signature.
So Neil Adams is like an introvert. Like he'll sit at his table, he'll draw, right? And if you approach him, like, hey Neil, he's like, hi. He goes like, right? And you go up to Liefeld, you go, hey Rob. He's like, this talking a mile a minute. It's like, calm down, Rob.
Well, he hasn't done anything creative since the 90s, so he's got nothing. Like, what else?
What are you talking about? He made Major X.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I think is bullshit is that, like, my major problem with it is I'm not signing this cover. I'm not signing that cover.
Oh yeah, like the first appearance of Major X, he won't sign because it's not the first appearance of Major X, but it is.
You know, come on, man. Like, just sign it for the fucking fans. You know, shit.
Actually, it's funny. I have a Major X in my display case right now, #1, that's signed by Rob Liefeld.
Well, he'll sign #1. What he won't sign is the Spider-Man Deadpool.
Spider-Man Deadpool. Was it 57, 37?
My numbers are way up. I thought it was like maybe it was 36.
36, maybe. Yeah, it's one of those issues. But
where he's falling out of the sky. But the whole thing with that, like Liefeld got bent out of shape. But the Spider-Man Deadpool book was supposed to be released after Major X. And it was Liefeld that book got delayed. So it's his own damn fault.
Yeah, I mean.
I might actually have that book here.
But Rob's new thing was the labels. Like he won't. If he signs a book, he won't. If he signs a Deadpool book, he won't let you use a Deadpool label, right, on like CGC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he gave.
How's he going to control that?
well, because he said he won't do any CGC books if CGC allows it.
Oh.
So he was like, "I'll go to CBCS," and
yeah.
I forget how that ended up.
I don't know if Kevin told you. That's so I'm a grader at CBCS, by the way. I don't know if Kevin told you that.
Oh, you Rob Liefeld.
47. It's 47. We were
47. Both. I knew it was 7 something.
I thought it was 6. Whatever.
But yeah, my day job, I work at CBCS.
David Diaz, who works for CGC, says Liefeld doesn't do CGC because they had Scotty Young do the label.
Scotty Young's so great, though. Like, how can you not like Scotty?
Dude, Kevin has a good story about Scotty Young.
Do I?
Well, I thought you did. You rolled dice or something, right?
Oh, yeah. No, so, you know, the only way to get a Scotty commission at a show is to roll the dice. Yeah, we were at C2E2 last year, and I was like, by gosh, I'm getting something signed by Scotty Young. All I had with me was I had like, I don't know, 40 books for Scotty to sign, and I had a Rocket Raccoon sketch cover. And I'm a huge Kingpin fan, so I was like, I want to get something Kingpin. So I'm the third guy in Scotty's line. I go up there and I was like, hey, can you tell me about the dice game? I've heard, but I want to make sure it's right. He's like, yeah, you roll doubles, I'll do you a sketch, and it's $250. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Here's money. You know, I thought he would just do you one for free. I wasn't expecting it to be charged, but I was like, I'm not going to turn it down if I roll double. So I'm like, my book. All right, I'm going to take my chance. So I rolled double card, and he's like, oh, do you want the sketch? And I was like, yeah, nobody else is getting that sketch. So he's like, what do you want? I was like, maybe Kingpin or something. He was about to start, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get it graded. I said, can you do that on this Rocket Raccoon? Can you do a Rocket Raccoon? And so I've got a Rocket Raccoon sketch in the shop that's been graded. Came back a fucking 9.4.
Womp, womp, womp.
It's heavy hand Scotty, you know? And like I was first, but he had already been drinking.
That's right.
You know, so.
Yeah. Scotty wakes up with a bottle of wine next to him. No, it was, I've seen Scotty so I listened to Dave Matthews Band back in high school and college a lot, and I've seen him live about 100 times, right? So Scotty Young is my Dave Matthews of the comic industry. This guy everywhere. He's in the Midwest all the time, or he used to be at least until he got, X-Baby came out, he became famous or whatever. And, the guy is always like blasting hip-hop music, okay?
Yeah.
And anytime you hear 1980s gangster rap music at Scotty Young's table, you want to be there.
Oh my God! So he's like blasting iced tea and.
Oh man, it's inappropriate for kids. He has this fancy glass of wine. He's just going to town, man. It's great.
Yeah, down here where I live at, Sam De La Rosa is like the one guy that's like at every single show.
De La Rosa.
Every single con. It's like, hey, there's a con next week. Sam De La Rosa's there. And then like literally like the next month, hey, look, Sam De La Rosa's at this one too.
Dude, Sam is a very humble person. I like Sam a lot. He was actually one of our guests last year for our convention in Alabama, Confusion. And dude, like he's just an all around good guy. You know what I mean? Like anytime I see Sam, usually it involves me buying something because they're like, hey, can you do this or can you do that? But Sam is probably one of my favorite artists to get to talk to on a regular basis. And I'm waiting on. You might have seen the covers come through. Actually, he did for the open house. I had some the sketch covers that he done with the color that are still being graded. So I'm ready to get those.
I did that order. I remember seeing that order.
That's ours.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, because usually you submit like big boxes of stuff, so usually that's the orders I grab.
You guys have graded close to 2,000 books for me.
Yeah.
2,000.
But if there's any label errors, I didn't grade those.
Did I hear that right? You said 2,000 books?
Yeah, over the last year. Yeah, that's pretty close.
Oh, I thought you picked up 2,000. I'm like, golly, man.
I know, man. We're in the coronavirus. It ain't happening.
My goodness, I couldn't imagine what I would do with 2,000 graded books. Hey, Will, what are you doing, man?
Oh, not much. Got some goodies.
Oh, why don't you open up and show us what you got?
Get over here so you can.
All right. Got this from the comic book store. They're out of New Jersey.
Get that out of here. That's how you gonna get coronas.
I lost on it.
Well, you're infected now, Kevin. You might as well. You know, you're quarantined.
I was not telling you guys.
Hey, Kevin, when's the last time you saw the sun?
I think I went outside yesterday. I think.
Dude, look at Jim. Look at Jim Noble's old man glasses.
Yeah.
Oh my, dude, I
jacket and the thick pilot glasses.
So I got these because they're transitional lenses and they look really cool when it's sunny outside, but inside, man, it's just bad.
Are you gonna triple some peyote and drive in the desert somewhere?
I feel like I'm about to hack into like the government's computers right now.
Hey, what you got there, Will? Put it back out there. I didn't see that.
Oh wow.
Hulk 181.
Look at that. All right. Starting bid $1.
No. So, that is for the personal collection.
Damn.
The Foster collection. He's giving it to the Foster Foundation, aka William Foster.
Yeah, the William Foster Foundation. I love it.
I'm telling you.
I got it for a steal. These guys were good to work with too.
Hey, it's for the foster kids.
So what did you get? So you say you got it for a steal. What's a steal to you?
I got it for $1,200.
That's
Appreciate
good for 4.0. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 9.8 and a 9.6 in my basement, and
He's also got a girlfriend down there.
she's tied up right now. It's okay.
Oh Lord.
But no, it's Bobby Joe said I like those retro glasses,
Oh yeah, Bobby. Bobby's a good guy.
and Darren says boogie nuts.
That's like one of my top movies.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm due for some new glasses, and I think after seeing those bad boys in your face,
I'm bringing it back.
well, I used to shave my head all the way bald, and I've grown it back out. But as you can see, probably some fertilization. So if I got those glasses, I could pull up the George Costanza, right?
Yeah.
Just been in my house for 3 hours.
Oh my God, that's great. So
You gotta stay 6 feet. I was like, give me that box.
what's that, guys? What are y'all going on about that you're interested?
He had that box for 3 hours, and he waited to do it on the show. So he was, he was ready to get it open.
Hey, Will, for folks who don't have that book, how does that feel opening up that book and seeing it?
So how does it feel to have that book opening up and seeing it?
Oh, it was awesome.
Okay, next question. How does it feel you're giving me that online live as a gift? Oh. I was trying, guys.
So Will, what you have to do to make the most money on that book is to get a long box, okay, and make sure it's packed 200 books, and then have like $10 pulls.
Yeah. Patrick, I think you're wrong. I think you want to start with a waffle, and you want to have 87 minis, and that's how they do it.
So talk about waffles and minis. So I had won a book off a waffle, and it was one of the Black Suit Spider-Man. I don't collect Spider-Man, so I really don't care about it.
So I got to Darren for the appreciation of Johnny Depp's blow. I think we should at least award him a point for that. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Darren. He says. I said we should at least give him a point for having the respect for Blow.
Well, Johnny Depp's glasses from Blow. That's Johnny Depp's glasses from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
He also, in Blow, he has because that's also around the same time, 70s. That's a good movie too, 70s, 80s. Pee Wee Herman's in that movie. Post movie theater incident.
Well, he has to do some kind of movies, right? Why not?
Fun fact. So here's a fun fact about Pee Wee Herman. So Totally Rad Comics is all 80s based stories. So there may be a cameo to a character that's similar looking to Pee Wee Herman in a movie theater in one of my Totally Rad comics.
Well, hey, wait, wasn't that in the 90s though? That happened in the 90s.
Well, he's dressed as Pee Wee Herman. He's not dressed as he was when he got arrested. So he could have been doing it for a while. You don't know. Who knows? Who's tracking Pee Wee Herman in movie theaters?
Look, man. You don't know what Pee Wee Herman was wearing that day. He could have been dressed. Bow tie.
The mugshot that they took of him, like he doesn't look like Pee Wee, the Pee Wee that we know. He looks like a completely different dude. Like he's got like the goatee beard and the long hair. Like you can't even recognize him. Like if you didn't know Pee Wee Herman, you wouldn't realize. Oh, that's yeah.
Hey Jim, I want to put in right now for a variant cover with you, where it's an homage to the guy that's walking, and he sees the woman over here, and the other woman's looking at him like what? So I want to have like Pee Wee Herman, he's looking at a movie theater chair, and then over on this side, looking at him, is the chair from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, that'd be great.
So what book would you put that on, Jim?
I'd put it on.
What would be the name of the variant you give it?
I would call it the. Well, I can't call it the Herman variant because there's an artist named Herman that does covers for me. So I guess I'd call it. I'd probably call it the Pee Wee's chair variant.
You call it the Pee Wee's Movie House variant.
Oh yeah.
Yes, variants.
Pee Wee goes to the movies.
Oh God!
Ernest in the background is like, what the fuck?
Hey, so I'm gonna do some plugs real quick because I should have done it at the beginning of the show. So 6:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Gene Roselle, that's ROZELL. He'll be live selling books, and I heard that Jeffrey Tuning is gonna go on after Gene.
I spoke with Jeffrey earlier in the week, and he said he was gonna go on tonight. So yeah.
So Jeffrey goes on immediately after Gene. And then my show goes on at 9:30. Usually it kind of blends into the Jeffrey show. And again, I'm hoping, as if you're watching, at the end of the deal, we come all on together. And maybe around midnight, 12:30, because heaven knows I don't have enough material to go on for 3 hours. Especially key books when Kingpin comes in. So that's what's going on. Gene Roselle at 6. Jeffrey Gene, Brad for Gene, and then Patrick Thorpe, the Mighty Thorpe, goes on at 9:30. So there are my plugs. More plugs. Again, Jim Noble's from Totally Rad Comics.
Yep.
Go check him out at totallyradcomics.com, or Jim says it's simpler just to send him a message.
It is.
Jimmy Noble on Facebook. It's right here. Yeah.
Jim, I'll type it in there for the YouTube people. Jim E. Noble. And he has a book coming out next week that Kevin has exclusive on. Is that correct?
I'm sorry. What was that?
So you have a book coming out next week.
Yeah. Friday. Actually, Thursday, May 1st.
Okay, because you don't follow traditional Wednesday new release days.
You know.
And I believe Kevin has an exclusive of that book. Is that right?
Yeah, he's got four covers.
They're hot. You ain't gonna miss them.
Well, it's yours isn't. So it's the Totally Rad characters, and am I okay to say what his covers are?
Yeah.
So your covers are these Star Wars homage covers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can say that. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Well, hey, thanks for your input there, Kevin. I appreciate it.
You already gave away my top secret name today for my comics, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I did what now?
Earlier on, you gave the name of the comic that we're creating with Totally Rad. You were like, you just.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did. You did.
When?
At the beginning, you were talking. You go back and watch it. Yeah. I was like, Patrick, what the hell?
I missed that. I totally missed that. And I'm the one writing it.
It's like, dude, come on.
So subconsciously like triggered, and it came out.
It's on your mind though. That means good things. So.
Well, my apologies. Count me in for a 50 print run. How about that?
Hey, all right.
Now, if I understand correctly, that'll be half the print run, right?
I think
this one's going to be big. Me and Kevin have been talking about it. This is going to be probably one of the biggest books that Totally Rad has done so far.
We're excited.
Wait. That's pretty awesome. So this is like a tentpole kind of book there?
This is a book that me and Kevin are planning out for at least 69 issues.
Yep.
And that's pun intended. But we've been working on the Bible for the series all week, and it's got some legs.
It does.
See, obviously, Kevin had talked to me about this book because apparently I blurted it out without even knowing. So I'm glad there's link to it. The idea, the premise he gave me, I was like 12 issues, but it goes out for 69 issues. That's pretty good.
69 issues would be the goal.
Well, that's volume 1.
Yeah. So we have the content, definitely we feel too. I mean, we're just like every day I'm like, hey, with this, and this, we're gonna move this over here and this and this. So it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I'll be writing the script and Kevin will be like, hey, what about all these ideas? And it's just like, oh, hold on a second, like.
but I mean, we're not scrapping anything. It's just like
yeah. It's just like we're adding more to it and building more on it, and it's just like, yeah, okay.
hey Jim, I don't know how long you've known Kevin for. I've only known him for like a year and a half, 2 years maybe. And I'll tell you, anytime he calls you after midnight, you just hit ignore, or you'll be on the phone for an hour.
We were on the phone last night for like almost 2 hours.
He's an idea machine after midnight. He's like a reverse pumpkin. Kevin, he's an idea machine after midnight.
We were on the phone for 2 hours last night, and I woke up to like 10 messages from Kevin this morning.
That's how this happened. So when I got the service, I brought everybody on. We're like chit chat and whatnot, and it ends. And Kevin and I talked a little bit afterwards, and then like an hour later, Kevin's like, "Here's a paragraph. Here's a paragraph. Here's a paragraph." I'm like, "These are great ideas. I'm glad I'm gonna steal them. I'm gonna use them."
Earlier today, I sent over to Jim. I was like, "Jim, what do you think about this one particular setup for a scenario?" And I think if you enjoy the comic is going to have good content, amazing content throughout the whole thing. But there are definitely going to be some saucier and meatier things that people are just going to be like, "Holy fuck, that's hot!" You know what I mean? Like,
Right. So you're gonna have sauce and meat?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know.
We'll leave it at that.
Sauce and meat. That's just.
So Gene's in the podcast right now. Bring him on for a second.
Oh, I'll give Gene a link. Hold on.
Hang on, Gino.
Only if he comes on and says, "Ooh wee."
Oh, got it. Gene is a good friend of ours, Jim. You'll have to meet him someday. Actually, he comes down to Texas to pick up books, so there's a good chance you guys can catch up.
All right.
So he actually makes the trip down to. So you live in the hellhole of Texas, is that right, Jim?
No, Dallas isn't bad considering all the other places. But I moved here when CBCS moved from Florida to Texas. I was working in Florida as well. So I was kind of disappointed because I live right next to the beach in Florida, and I come here and there's not a beach for like 3 hours.
No, there's salads and then a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. Like I could go up to that stupid tiger zoo that everyone's talking about on Netflix. I could go drive up there for it's like 2 hours away and check it out, but that's about it.
So I don't recall where I was going. I think I was hitting. What's the highway that goes out east and west all the way through? Is that 77? It's just north of Dallas.
I only know 635 and 35. I don't know. I lived by so many highways over the years. Like I'm still used to 95. I haven't lived near a 95 highway since I lived in Virginia.
Oh yeah. I lived in Virginia too. I lived in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh really?
Where's Gene at? Gene, there?
I lived by so many highways over the years.
You were black.
Gene. I don't know what's going on with Gene.
Yeah, that was weird.
He'll be here in a second, I'm sure.
Yeah, I lived up in Woodbridge, Northern Virginia.
Oh, Woodbridge, yeah, Fredericksburg. Yeah. I was about 25 minutes away, man.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah. Well, we always make fun of Woodbridge, though. y'all were Northerners. You know? Yeah, Woodbridge was fun. 95 was fun. But no, I remember going, and I was hitting the highway to go.
Highway to hell.
I was going east. I just don't recall what time it was. But we got to the highway, and it was Dallas. You can see Dallas lights, like a faraway distance.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing around Dallas. I'm like, well, Dallas sucks.
Yeah, like even the city is just like there ain't nothing to it. It's not like any big attractions to go to see.
Hey, Jim Roselle, what are you doing, man?
Oh, wait.
There he is.
Ooh-wee.
Can't see Gene.
Oh, I can see Gene. He's just he has that special Arc City Wi-Fi where it.
Oh my! Like on my scene, it's just black, like completely black.
I always see is black.
Oh, hey, Gene, I see you, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing real good, Sexy. How you doing?
I'm living the dream. I'm outside. Isn't it beautiful outside?
It's hotter when Gene talks in the dark.
Is that better?
Hey, Gene, I can see. I think it's Kevin's feed.
Yeah,
because he's in Bama.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, you know what they say.
Can you see us, Gene? Can you see us?
I see all three of you guys.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Well, you know what they say about Alabama? It's the Arc City of the United States.
Yes, sir.
At least we're not Mississippi.
Good point.
Oh, Mississippi. So Gene, what's your day look like, man?
Well, besides that, about 30 more minutes. I'm probably going to hop on and go, and then kick it over to Jeffrey if he goes on. If not, I know you we're talking about going on tonight too. So,
9:30.
But what time? 9:30?
9:30. You got it.
Hell yeah. Good.
Gene, you want to come back after all the shows tonight? If everybody wants to come back and just shoot the shit. If
I am not too inebriated, but yes.
I want to get to that level.
Jim, nice to meet you.
Well, like last week, I'm like, I finished up my auction. And I'm like, Gene, you there? Gene.
Yeah, no, I passed smooth out. I was exhausted, but hell, being essential, kill out. We work for the state, so.
Ghost. Can we bring up Russell Allen's comment there?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you imagine Gene playing Call of Duty? Gamertag is lag ghost. Bounces. Yeah.
Oh shit, that was great. Actually, my gamer tag is My game
Oh,
tag
okay.
is the way to go, dead on arrival. Because as soon as I get into those first-person shooter games, I'm dead instantly. Like, I usually die by, the hands of a 12-year-old kid.
Dude, I stopped playing first-person shooters because of that.
Yeah.
It was Halo, like 4 or 3.
When Halo came out with the first 2 games, I was all in. And after that, I was like, these little 10-year-old bastards want to go ape shit and, scream profanities about your mom.
Dude,
Hey, that's when you scream back. You don't let them run you off.
Oh, hell no.
They ran me off. Like I remember distinctly. It was like Halo 3 or 4. I come in and a fucking warhog come flying at me as soon as I got in, pushes me, and the guy goes, "Your mom sucks my dick."
Now I did buy the new Modern Warfare only because Jeffrey wouldn't shut up, and he's like, buy it, so we can play. So I bought it. So, but yeah.
How's that working out for you, buddy?
Well, actually, I'm a cheap bastard, so I'm not gonna go buy Xbox Live. So I just play the career. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't give a damn.
Well, Xbox Live is pretty fun. If I play Call of Duty, it's none of the new games. I like the old school like World War II games.
Okay.
So I go on Xbox Live. No one's on there. I'm like,
Black Ops.
Jim, do you have a gamer tag?
Yeah, I play Xbox. I like all the zombie stuff. My gamer tag's Blue Clown 54.
Mine is Valiant K. It's always been Valiant K since like I was old enough to have a gamer tag. So
What you doing, B?
Why Valiant? Are you a Valiant fan?
Let me move this shit.
I like the word and what it means. So yeah, and that's pretty much me.
My gamer tag is very, very egocentric. It's only one P Thorpe.
Why is that not the
Only
problem?
one me, baby.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah. Yes, Gene.
Wait for the lag. Wait for the lag. Gene, are you there?
Look there.
What's up,
Look how big his ass got.
Gene? I can't see it.
Damn it.
The screen's black.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I was showing you Bailey.
Oh, shit. Put him back. I see you now.
Okay, we got him back. We're good.
Come here,
Thorpe
baby.
just had to just.
Don't run off, you little bastard. Come here.
Well, it's not my fault. It's the Arc City Wi-Fi out there.
But actually, I'm hardwired. Thorpe, shut up.
You're hardwired, but the actual device that Arc City uses is still a dial-up. Like it's a pigeon carrier of Wi-Fi.
Oh, come here, Bubba. Oh, you big baby.
Well, this is fun watching Gene. Oh, catch a doggo.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's beautiful, dog.
pain in the fuck. Yeah, he's the one who kills the fucking feed every time, running through and hitting the cable.
Gene, close the damn door.
No, he sits out here with me all the time. And shit, he hell, you met him. He rides up there with you to see you.
Well, I feel like that's your fault then, Gene.
It kind of is. It is. It's my fault.
Well, dog
I'm going to update 1.31 G's progress versus estimated time 2022.
Hold on. I got to get.
Oh man.
Oh my God, poor G, man.
So Gene has Netflix, and I remember staying over at his house, and I turned on Netflix, watch a show. And it literally said, "We'll be in mail in 2 weeks." I'm like, what?
Damn.
Shit.
I was laughing at Russell Allen's comment.
Yeah.
That's right.
Lamar's gamer tag is the chosen one DK.
Man, Russell's on fire. Shit.
It's been awesome, guys.
There's Lamont's gamer tag, the chosen one. That's even worse than mine.
Yeah. No,
Hey, Gene, what kind of fire do you have tonight, buddy?
I don't. I just got a baby flame. That's it. I got nothing. You guys know it's a shit show every week.
I've got a lighter. That's all I have. That's my flame.
I got one of these. That's it. I ain't got.
So, so you got fake fire tonight? I got you.
Now I got a bunch of Virgin covers, limited 3,000 copies, PX exclusives. What else do I got? I got a stack of shit. Shannon Mayer covers.
Play this Roboto chance to a robot.
You what?
Russell Allen.
Damn it, Russell.
Dora Morigato, Mr. Gene Rosello. Domo.
It was just funny when Russell said
Russell is on fucking fire. Shit.
Oh, man, that's great. Hey, I'm looking forward to the day that Mallory says she no longer wants her slabs. And you sell those.
Yeah, good luck, Patrick.
Well, she just got the she loves Batman Who Laughs and shit like that. She just got the Mayhew cover signed 9/8 to 250 copies.
The one with the card where he's holding the Harley card?
Well, actually, it's right here.
We can't see it, Gene.
Wait a minute. You can. They can.
Hold on. Let me do this. Let me come back. There we go. Yeah.
That's a hot cover. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, we got that in the other day. But yeah, no, she's expensive. She likes it.
Hey, you got that for the CBCS?
Yeah. CBCS, limited 250 copies.
So, can we talk about that real quick?
What about it?
Well, it's okay. So,
make sure you keep your questions where Jim can answer them without putting himself in a position where he cannot answer questions.
Okay. Well, maybe Gene can answer questions. Maybe he cannot. But that book was split between 3 publishers. It was Forbidden Planet, 789,
789, and
Orphis Inc. Right?
Comic Mint.
Comic Mint. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
So that book. So originally there was actually 500 copies.
Yeah, it says on here they got rid of a bunch of them.
So supposedly they got rid of a bunch of them, but with the other 250 copies, they were all supposed to go to CGCS, not CGC. Listen to me, CGC, to get slabbed and all that good stuff, right? What's concerning to me is that all of a sudden you have a signed CBCS. I guess someone could have cracked it and signed it and got through CBCS.
That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, it even states on here about it. The entire plan was verified by CBCS and was reduced to 250 copies. 9/8 copies.
I'm just always worried about books like that because
yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, what is the date that it was signed?
Maybe you signed it on 12/17/2018.
So you just need to cross-reference that with cons for that date last year and see if Mayhew was at that show.
No, that's when the book was released. It was,
no. Witness Sig was on 12/18.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That date.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a con. That's when the release date was.
It was a private signing with Mayhew. They had the books printed up, and he signed. He went there and signed on that date. It doesn't have to be at a show for Witness Sig.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
But the CBCS is the part where I'm like, well, what's the real deal there? Because it was supposed to be all CGC.
Well, the thing is, if this is true, this one here, he signed it 2 months before it released.
Yep.
Because it was released February last year.
No, it wasn't.
So it had to have been a private signing of some sort.
It wasn't released in February.
The publication date. The publication date on the inside of the book says February 2019, so that's the date that we give it for the date that's published.
But it's the publication date could be different from the actual
release date. Yes, it's usually about 2 months out for all the new books that come out. Publication dates are about 2 months in advance. So if a book comes out today, the indicia will say June as opposed to April.
See, the reason why I do this, the reason why I know that Batman Who Laughed came out in December was because that was when Diamond doubled up on orders. because of the holidays.
Yep.
And he also got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man one. So I had the two long diamond boxes full of Batman Who Laughs, and three long boxes full of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Mans. That's why February.
Damn, it's like over here.
Doesn't matter. I'm glad they labeled it limited to 250. That means they actually verified it. So that's good news.
Yeah, she got a lot of shit. Too much shit. She wants to get the damn C2E2 Virgin cover that I got in.
Which one's that, Gene?
The Margot Robbie cover.
The Maserati cover?
No, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Okay, my bad. That's Margot Robbie. Who's that?
Just the way the internet is in Kansas. He's hardwired too.
Hey, wait. I am in Kansas. This is how Wichita, Kansas Wi-Fi is. That's Arc City.
Arc City, bitch.
Hell yeah.
That's all right, Gene. We still love you.
Oh, Lori don't, but we do.
Lori still hates you, so it's all good.
Damn it! I'm only a 10. I need to be an 11.
She's supposed to come make us tacos today.
Yeah.
Who's making tacos?
Lori.
Damn, that sounds good. Sounds great.
Hey,
It could be this Storm Chaser IPA from Free State Beer.
Nope.
Here in Wichita, Kansas, that I'm drinking.
Hipster Patrick.
Hey, tonight, my auction, I'm sponsoring the William Russell shop.
The Rattlesnake Blue, baby.
Yep. My koozie. Got it.
Hey, what beer is inside that koozie, though?
Bud Light.
All right, well, we have a Budweiser drinker over there. Hold on.
Patrick, you're a Pabst Blue Ribbon kind of guy, right?
No, I don't like Pabst Blue. I mean, I'll drink it, but it's not my favorite. I like my IPAs.
Jim, what are you
We're
drinking?
gonna have to get to do a show. We're gonna have to do a show, a convention together. I almost forgot what they're called because we haven't done so long. And
What are those, Kevin?
And I'll have a nice drink party. And maybe you can hang with us, Jim.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, dude, I am going stir crazy. I'll do anything.
So I've been
a Filipino man hit you in the back of the head. I'll stand up for you.
So it is 5:40, and so we are approximately 20 minutes away from Gene Roselle going live, selling some hot books. Gene Roselle is Roselle spelled Rozell.
Yep.
So check him out here in about 20 minutes. Buy his books. Go see Jeffrey, and then finish up with me, because I'm the finisher. They warm you up, right? I just finish you. That's all. That's how it works.
Hey, that's how it works.
Bobby, you got room, so if anything you get tonight, I'll throw in. No worries.
Oh, hey, Bobby, if you didn't know, Gene and I are like hour and 30 minutes, and we see each other like at least once a week, or maybe once every 2 weeks. So if you want to combine shipping and all, Bobby, we can definitely do that for you.
Oh, Patrick, I know you still haven't shipped Christy her Lady Death book, but I went ahead and shipped her the one that she bought for me this last week. So I'm really feeling it for you, brother.
Well, hell, I've got a metric ton of slabs coming from Kevin.
You got quite a bit, quite a bit.
Shit.
So a megaton, that's like a ton and a half, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a hefty bit of shipping for Jamie.
Oh, let me tell you what, Jamie takes care of everybody. Shit.
Yeah.
It's like Fort Knox trying to open up her packages.
Well, I like Kevin's packaging because I never buy a lot from Kevin. I always buy a little bit. But it's always like, it's always a good amount of books, whatever. And it always comes in a priority envelope. Occasionally, I buy enough for a box. And what I love about Jamie is she'll use the thick bubbles.
Yep.
And like if I was using the thick bubbles, I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna roll it one time. Jamie's like, nope, I'm gonna roll it twice this way. I'm gonna roll it twice this way. I'm gonna roll it twice this way. I'm gonna squeeze it in the envelope. The envelope's like.
Jamie don't play. Jamie does not play.
If
If you want less than perfect shipping, you wouldn't be anywhere but us. Like.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. If you want less than perfect shipping, just come see me.
Yeah, Patrick, if you want to kick down the block, yeah, it'd be good. Go to Patrick. Or if you don't want it to be there at all, it's fine.
Shut up.
I'm just
David, I'm gonna need to send you a message. I need somebody to press a couple books. So, and your name's been thrown around a lot in positive ways. So I really want to get a hold of you and get some rates and see what I can do. So,
hey, Kevin, read the comment.
Read the back end. I was surprised it came.
Get rid of all the pictures, Thorpe, and blow that comment up. That comment needs to be huge.
I can't do it. I can't. This is all it gets. So yeah, I ship. Just I'm not Amazon, damn it.
Hey, did you ship mine out, by the way?
Yeah, yours is coming.
Yeah, that means no.
No, it is. You have tracking. Look at
Jimmy's fine. No, it's the Patrick. Don't buy anything.
Look at PayPal. You got it's coming. It went UPS or USPS. If it didn't come today, it should come Monday.
No, that's convenient. Yeah, that's probably good Monday.
Well, fuck, my bad. I mean, I sent it out Wednesday. I mean, what the fuck do you want from me?
Okay, Patrick, I still love you.
Dude, that is Sunday, Monday, that's 4 days after my auction. That's about the quickest.
No, but it was from the week before.
No, it was combined. It was combined. You bought stuff the week after.
Yeah, but we can't count that. You didn't know I was going to buy something else, so the original book was from the week before.
I don't care.
Jim, what state are you in?
Did you ask Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm like, oh, sorry.
I'm just like, dang, thanks, guys.
Never mind. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Nah.
Hey, Bobby, you got it, man. I think Gene and I are meeting up tomorrow.
Yep.
So, I'll drop off the omnibus. It's a Watchman omnibus he got. I was going to ship a media mail, but free at the end of the shipping list.
Hey, so Bobby, what you want to do is you want to throw Gene a message so Gene can remember to remind Patrick to do it.
That is true. Hey, how many times have I sent this guy my address? He's been more than once.
Harley goes tracking. Oh, my word is good enough.
Harley, there's no tracking ever. None. No. Mighty Thorpe, none.
What are you talking about? I sent tracking through PayPal.
I feel like this is like an intervention for Patrick.
It is a straight intervention. It's Thorpe's packaging intervention.
Hey, go to hell, guys.
Intervention. Oh, good. All right, what's better? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I want you.
Yeah, so we're getting close to time for Gene to kick off. So
just about, yeah, about 15 minutes.
Hey, Gene, I'm gonna kick you off so you can get ready, okay?
Yeah.
Later, buddy.
Love you, Gene.
ROZELL.
And hey, I'm gonna put it on. I'll put it on public so that way people can come in. That way I ain't got to kill the food again.
We can actually share this time.
Yep, you'll be able to share it out.
That's awesome. Later, buddy. We'll see you in a few.
All right, see y'all.
So hey, that was fun. Hey, Kevin.
I love doing this. You know, it's pretty. I think it's pretty funny.
Hey, Kevin. I ship in good time. Okay. You get your books. in mid condition. And sometimes I'll throw in a surprise like, some beard hair with it.
Like, oh, the book I got wasn't there. What a surprise! I'm really just fucking with Patrick. It's gonna like bust his balls this week, No,
I bust my own balls because I know like this is what I tell people. Like they I'm not comics elite. I don't have a Jamie, okay, and so I do everything myself. And when you do Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, website sales, stuff like that, website sales always go out pretty quickly. The other one's kind of 2, 3, 4 days afterwards, or a week, or if you have me hold a month, whatever. But eat a dick.
So,
Yeah, really do.
can we drop James' link one more time for everybody that is joining in late?
Sure.
Check out Totally Rad Comics.
Oh yeah, we'll do a plug. I want to put Bobby's comment up real quick. So is Diamond going to start shipping again? The answer is yes. Yes, they are. So Diamond said mid-May to late May they're going to start shipping again, Bobby. Your book with me. He got a Nightmare Before Christmas, Zero's Journey #0. I don't know when that book's going to come out. It's going to come out. You have number 16 free of charge with it as well. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, we have about 14 minutes. Let's do some plugs real quick. Jim Noble, Totally Rad Comics, TotallyRadComics.com, or message Jim Noble directly. Jim, tell him about your new book coming out next week.
My new book is a X-rated Star Wars parody featuring all the Totally Rad characters. So, and it also takes place in the 80s, and you may see a Mark Hamill type character parody into the story. So it's definitely a fun one. And if you really like sexy clowns, this is definitely your type of book. Not what you normally see in comics today. I know some publishers do May the 4th be with you variants, but the inside story has nothing to do with Star Wars parodies. So I'm giving you an entire story on top of parody variants.
So for those that are wondering, what's the cover price for your books?
The cover price for the main covers, most of the covers will be between $15 to $20 each. And I will sign for free, as much as you would like. And
you're also a CBCS facilitator.
I am a CBCS grade. I work at CBCS. I'm a grader there. So if you would like your book graded by CBCS, I could submit the book for you. I do not offer guaranteed grades because that is a conflict of interest. But I will submit the book under your name, if you have a CBCS account, I will submit it for you, save you on shipping. You know, I don't have to ship to you and ship back to you. And basically ship to you, ship back to me to submit. I could just submit it straight there for you.
So check out Jim Noble and Totally Rad Comics. Jim said you can contact him directly. That's Jim E. Noble on Facebook or TotallyRadComics.com. Did I hit it all? Are we good?
Also, Totally Rad Comics on Facebook. We have a fan page, Totally Rad Comics, at Totally Rad Comics 19.
Hey, one question: those sexy clowns you're talking about?
Yes.
They also killer clowns?
Well, you'll have to buy the book to find out. I am a huge fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Bye. Yeah,
so yes,
Killer Clowns from Outer Space was by far that was a movie I loved, but also hated watching because it scared the crap out of me.
See, I've never been terrified of clowns, and I hate the stigma that clowns are quote unquote scary. You know, it's like, nah, man. Like, there's some sexy clowns out there, not just fucking. I'm sorry, there's one of my three cousins. You know, it's not just fucking Harley Quinn. You know, so I created, like you can see in the background here, that's Roxy. Her name is Roxy Feelgood, and you can pretty much guess where I got the last name from. You know, being an '80s book, Motley Crue fan.
Was it a doctor?
I'm sorry, what?
Was it a Dr. Feelgood?
Maybe her dad was Dr. Feelgood. Maybe every guy she's with is Dr. Feelgood. Maybe she is Dr. Feelgood.
Hey, so you read books in the '80s. So does anybody hold up a boombox above their head in the rain?
I'm working on that for one of my next coming up issues for Totally Rad Life of Violet #3, which will be dropping on Kickstarter in June, as well as the unnamed Kevin Johnson creation book that we can't. Can we name it? Can we tell him the name? It's a cool name.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. That's fine.
The name of the book is Rax, RACKS. So that is like variants on top of variants. Great for boob covers, you know. And it's going to be a great book.
But it's also going to have a great story.
Oh yeah, I'm writing the. By the way, I'm writing the story. It's really great. It's about. I'll give him like a little tidbit. It's about alien hunters and amazing, sexy aliens, like not humans, like actual aliens. So like imagine a combination of like every science fiction movie where you were attracted to a sexy alien, all combined into a comic.
Jabba the Hutt. I'm kidding.
Yeah, imagine Captain Kirk hooking up with I can't think of a sexy alien off the top of my head.
The tri-boob chick from
oh yes, the three boob woman from Total Recall, but like times it by 6, so like she has 6 boobs or 9 boobs.
Oh, that'd be 18 boobs, sir.
Oh yeah. Hey, I got kicked out of high school when I was a freshman. I never finished math, so
that's why you make comic books. That's exactly.
That's how you do it. Don't stay in school, kids.
Harley's got kind of the right concept. That's how I actually pitched it to Jim. I was like, think Predator, but sexy.
Yeah. That's how I've been selling it to my cover artists too. Like all the artists I've been talking to for variants for it. I was like, imagine Predator, but hot.
Yeah. So
like,
But it's gonna be good. So, and we're trying to release that. What was the date? We want to start the Kickstarter on June 15th.
I'm trying for June 15th. June 16th would be really cool because that's my birthday. So that'd be a really good gift. Like, hey, if you want to buy me something for my birthday, just pledge to the Kickstarter.
Nice.
So Jim, do you hit conventions?
This year was going to be a great year for Totally Rad. I'm going to tell you that right now. I was set up for so many amazing shows. I would be at Gem City Comic Con right now had they not canceled because of the coronavirus. And that was actually when I was going to be coming out with Strange Cosmic Tales. That was going to be the Gem City Comic Con exclusive for the show. William Stout was going to be the exclusive cover artist for it. And you might recognize William Stout's name. He did the storyboard art for Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first Indiana Jones film. He also did quite a few science fiction stuff during the late 70s, early 80s. And I was also going to go to Baltimore Comic-Con, which I have a feeling may be canceled this year. I don't think there's going to be any shows in 2020.
There won't be.
Yeah. But Baltimore Comic-Con, that'd be I would be there as well as Alfred Lay. He'd be flying all the way in from Mexico for this show. It was going to be a big show for us, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to go to that show now.
But if you want Jimmy Noble, I just call you Jim. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like we're gonna maybe I'll set you guys up with some private signings.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, cool. Hey Jim, I'm gonna sign you off. All right, buddy.
All right, sounds good. Hey, you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too, buddy. All right, Kevin, your turn for plugs.
I don't have any plugs. That was it.
Oh, well, you have a couple plugs.
Do I?
Yeah, you're Kingpin Johnson from Top End Gaming.
Oh, yeah. It's currently closed because of the coronavirus.
Shit.
No, that was pretty much it. We wanted to be able to take today and co-host with you on this and promote Totally Rad Comics and show you guys what they've got to offer. Kind of plug, since somebody gave our name out anyways, the comic and everything like that. You're going to have to go back and watch it, Patrick. You totally did. So, like, okay. But no, it's, we do own a comic and gaming store in Tuscumbia, Alabama. We're hoping to get over all this virus shit pretty quick so we can get the fuck back to work. So.
Hey, when's your open date? When are they releasing you back?
All our governors come out and says we're not opening right now. So I figure on like the 28th they're gonna come out and be like 2 more weeks.
Hey, Kevin, what's Jim doing?
Jim,
what's he doing? Jim, sign off, man.
Oh, sorry. I was moving my camera. I left my browser on. I was moving my phone in my bedroom.
Walking around your house and seeing everything. I'm like, what the hell is Jim doing?
Yeah, my charger was plugged into it, so I was just sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right, man. I'm just making fun of you. That's all. Later, Jim. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
So, hey, Top End Gaming does live Facebook sales. What they do. Kevin?
Oh, you want to know about it?
Yeah, tell the audience.
No, I was about to say. So Top End. Sorry, I got lost. I thought you were just like, yeah, here you go. But Top End does live shows every Tuesday night. It's Top End Tuesdays. And then we do several shows throughout. We're doing quite a few more shows right now while all this is going on. But most of the time, you can catch us on in the evening at 7 p.m. Central. We do slabs, we do stacks, we do sometimes we do merchandise. It really just depends. We try to bring a good selection. So,
Do you have any statues or anything coming up this week?
no, I mean I can maybe go get one if anybody's interested in seeing them. But yeah, it just depends on what I can grab.
Yeah, I'm like completely out of statues. I'm so sad. Like I'm looking at the statue rack. I'm like, nothing's coming in.
Nope.
So, but yeah. Also, Kingpin here. He topping gaming and auctions, right? Topping gaming and auctions. Yeah, that's right. They're also a retailer.
We are full brick and mortar. Even though we've been closed through this for almost a month, we're still working on some cool things for the retail side, as far as like our gaming area for our custom D&D rooms and things like that. We're going to add. The goal is to maybe by the end of the year have the bar added. We're adding a bar called Kingpins and the arcade. We're going to add an arcade to it, smaller arcade, but some people can enjoy when they're getting a little drink on. And it's just we just want to get over this as quick as possible and get things rolling.
So, Kevin, Kingpin there, along with myself, we're not getting anything this week or next week, right?
No.
We're waiting for Diamond to reopen back up, and I'm sure Kingpin, as well as myself, will let you know when Diamond starts back up. He goes on, he won't say it, Top End Tuesdays. He sells new books on Tuesdays as well. So once Diamond starts firing back up, you should check out Kevin. Get this. Support your local shops, man.
Definitely support local guys. I mean, I'll sell you anything that you guys want comic related if you can't find it. But I always do ask people to promote their local shops. As long as they're good to you, be good to them, because in this situation, it's really hard for everybody. So definitely, if you have a local shop and you want to show some support, buy from them before you buy online.
Well, we have 3 minutes, so I'm going to argue with you real quick about buying online. So Kevin and I. We're local shops, right? We're not Midtown. We're not DCBS.
Right.
We're not My Comic Shop. We're not these, Comics Elite, which, again, Comics Elite I have no problems with. Comic Kingdom of Canada have no problem with, but they're big shops. We're just little shops. You should support us because we support you all in the Facebook world. So. If you can't find something at your LCS, I suggest reaching out to Kingpin.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean. Look, you can obviously will help you, but if you have a shop that you do support locally, make sure that you give them a check on something before. If not, I will hook you up, and so will Patrick and Gene and Jeff and anybody else. You know what I mean? So
the one thing about Kingpin and myself is we pride ourselves in giving you near mint books,
and I provide fast shipping.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And Kevin's a little bit quicker with shipping than I am, but whatever.
I didn't say that. I just said I provide quick shipping.
Yeah. I know what you meant. But we pride ourselves in giving you near mint books. So, for example, if you go in on a Wednesday and you look at the rack and you see Spine Dings galore, more than likely if you ask Kevin or myself for a book, because it's sight unseen, we'll send you a near mint book. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah. I think in the last 3 years, I've had 2 complaints on a book that has been sent out, and it was just like a minor spine tick. And we replaced it. We let them keep it, and we got them got them a new one sent out. So, we want customers to be happy because there's people that read them and there's people that collect them. And we want to make sure that we send out the product that's going to be used for both, so.
So you know how many damage complaints I've got in the past year? 0. You know why?
Because you ain't shipping them.
All right, so it's 1 minute till 6. Gene Rozelle, Rozell. Check him out. Firebooks tonight. Check out Jeffrey Tuning after Gene Rozelle. I'll be back on at 9:30. This is the Mighty Thorpe. That's the Kingpin. We'll see you next week, guys.